There was once a man named Samuel. To the world, he was invisible. He mopped floors in a quiet office building, wearing a faded uniform and carrying a bucket that squeaked on old wheels. People walked past him without noticing. To them, he was the janitor, nothing more. But inside Samuel's heart, there was a fire. You see, Samuel hadn't started out dreaming of cleaning floors. Like any young man, he had dreams of building a business, of traveling, of giving his family a life without struggle. But life had different plans. His father passed away early, his mother was ill, and responsibility fell on him before he even turned 20. With little education and no money, the only job he could find was as a janitor. Most people would have given up there. Most would have said, "This is my fate. This is my ceiling." But Samuel was different. He believed something most people forget: where you start doesn't define where you can end up. Every night, Samuel cleaned the office floors of companies where men in suits earned more in a month than he did in a year. But instead of being bitter, he became curious. While others saw trash bins, Samuel saw opportunity. He started observing. He looked at the employees' desks, their charts, the way they spoke about projects. He overheard meetings while cleaning the hallways. And slowly, he began to piece together how businesses worked. Most janitors cleaned silently. Samuel cleaned and learned. When he got home at night, tired and still wearing the smell of disinfectant, he didn't collapse into bed. He read. He picked up discarded newspapers, business magazines people threw away in the office, even torn pages left behind. He read every single word. Bit by bit, he was educating himself. One thing Samuel understood early: if he wanted to change his life, he needed to master money, even if he had very little of it. His salary was meager, but he disciplined himself to save something no matter how small. While his co-workers spent on cheap thrills, Samuel put coins in a small box under his bed. At first, it seemed pointless. What difference could a few dollars make? But Samuel knew that wealth is not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Month by month, year by year, his little savings grew. And with every dollar, his belief grew stronger. One day, I will invest this. One day, I will build something. Life has a strange way of rewarding those who prepare. One evening, Samuel overheard a conversation while cleaning. Two executives were talking about how a small local company was struggling and might close down. They joked about it, but to Samuel, it wasn't a joke. He researched the company in his spare time and discovered it was a cleaning supply business. They sold detergents, mops, buckets, and things Samuel knew better than anyone else. And here was the key: while others saw a dying business, Samuel saw potential. After months of saving, he finally had a few $1,000s. It wasn't much, but it was everything to him. With courage that would make most men tremble, Samuel approached the struggling business owner and offered to buy a small share. The owner laughed at first, with janitor wanting to invest. But when he saw Samuel's seriousness and the way he spoke passionately about cleaning supplies, he agreed. That small investment changed Samuel's life. Now, he wasn't just cleaning offices, he was learning to run a company. He studied suppliers, contracts, and customers. His years of observation paid off. He knew what cleaning staff really needed, what products worked, and what was just hype. Samuel worked double shifts, a janitor at night, budding businessman by day. His colleagues laughed at him. "Why waste your time? You'll always be a janitor." But Samuel didn't argue. He let his work speak. Slowly, the company turned around. Samuel introduced better packaging, improved product quality, and, most importantly, built relationships with clients. He didn't sell products, he solved problems. If a hotel complained about stains, Samuel didn't just sell them detergent, he personally tested solutions until they were satisfied. Within a few years, the business was no longer struggling. It was growing. And Samuel, he was no longer just a janitor. He was an owner. Success has momentum. Once you taste it, It multiplies, but only if you stay disciplined. Samuel reinvested every dollar back into the business. While others upgraded cars, he upgraded warehouses. While others bought luxury watches, he bought delivery trucks. He lived simply, focusing on growth. Soon, his company expanded from one town to an entire state. Contracts with hotels, hospitals, and schools poured in. Samuel started hiring employees, many of whom were janitors like he once was. But unlike other bosses, he respected them, trained them, and treated them with dignity. Word spread, here was a company built by a janitor, for janitors. And people trusted him because he understood their struggles. Within 2 decades, that little investment had multiplied into a cleaning empire. Samuel, the man once invisible in hallways, was now a millionaire. But here's the twist. Samuel never measured his success by the money in his bank. To him, the real wealth was freedom, the freedom to give his children an education, the freedom to take care of his mother without worry, the freedom to choose his own path. He funded scholarships for underprivileged students. He started free training programs for janitors, teaching them financial literacy and entrepreneurship. His message was simple: if I could do it, so can you. Your job doesn't define you, your mindset does. Samuel's journey is not about luck. It's about perspective. Where others saw trash, he saw knowledge. Where others wasted, he saved. Where others mocked, he worked in silence. Where others saw failure, he saw opportunity. And that is why he succeeded. The truth is, every single one of us has a janitor moment in life, a time when we feel invisible, underestimated, or stuck. But Samuel's story teaches us that your starting point is not your destiny. All it takes is a shift in thinking. Ask yourself, what can I learn from where I am? What small habit can I start today? What opportunity is hiding in plain sight? Change your perspective, and you can change your future. My friends, Samuel's story is proof that no dream is too far and no job is too small. You may feel stuck now, but remember, today's janitor can be tomorrow's millionaire. Today's struggler can be tomorrow's leader. It all begins with one decision to change your thinking. So the next time you feel ordinary, remind yourself of Samuel. He didn't wait for luck. He built his future with observation, discipline, and relentless belief. And if he could rise from a mop and bucket to millions, imagine what you can do. If this story inspired you, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope today. And if you want more powerful stories that can transform your thinking, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment below about what lesson from Samuel's journey touched you the most. Because remember, your story isn't finished yet. The world is waiting to see your rise.